Allison is on for Zoom. She's a little bit. So we'll get started. Let's see. Michelle, would you please lead us in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Unorganized with having last week off. We're so used to going every week this time of year.
Well, you have the next 3 weeks. So.
Yeah. I don't think of. All right, Miss Tara.
More from last time, the tax office sent out the postcards, so we kind of can't copy them.
Move that we approve the exonerations.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Come on. All right. Vouchers and invoices. Mr. Taylor, you see anything?
No, they were fine.
I move that we approve the vouchers and invoices.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion for the payroll. I'll go ahead and do that.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor, next.
I move we approve the minutes. I've reviewed them.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
See, the state settlements.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
So the first item is to nominate the election officials. And you can declare peace meeting.
Yeah. Michelle.
No, you finish. I mean, I'm gonna do it.
You guys got the list?
Yeah.
We are, as always, still looking for more people. Anybody wants to be an election official? Come on.
I think we need to put out a press release, Michelle, because there were a lot of vacancies on there.
Yeah. I will say that I never received a list from the Republican Executive Committee.
You didn't?
Nope.
Well, we did. I mean, we made the calls and stuff, so I'll reach out to Greg.
But we went ahead and called everybody on the Republican list and fixed it ourselves. So.
Okay. Well, you could have called me first and then I could have helped. So I appreciate that, but it was unnecessary.
Yeah. And other than that, that's all I got today. Anybody has any questions about it? Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the nominations.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, you're still looking for people, so go ahead and do the press release, like, since you got some clues.
What are we doing, Elizabeth and Sharon? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the grant. I think it's the grant.
Yeah, for the, for tire collection.
Yeah, $4,000 money.
Yeah. It's just signatures.
Yep, that's the standard amount we've been getting the last couple of years.
Oh, I move that we approve the, grant.
I'll second.
Second.
Motion second on the floor, all those in favor? Aye. Okay.
We are suing.
Teresa, why don't you come up here?
Careful.
Let's introduce and have an idea of what's going on. I appreciate it. Okay, so you guys know, last year we were able to purchase the new in Starbucks. And Teresa's going to give you an idea of what's going on with that. Teresa runs our ERC program, which is our day report center.
So basically, it's a very large space. It's a very nice space, and it's really suitable for the day report operation with the testing area, the main reception area, the parking. We do not need the entire space. So if you all want to look at what I have right here, what I handed you, sorry, does anybody else want a copy of this? This is just the top area, top view of the building. The second page is just the first floor, the top of the main building. The yellow shaded area is the space that we would use. The old clinic on the end, which is an entire clinic with a separate entry, security entry, lobby, reception area, treatment areas, treatment rooms, and group room. We have no use for that. So that could be a whole other entity right there. And the third page is just the basement of the main building. There's a good bit of space down there. Some of it is very usable. Some of it is not. It's mechanical or functions as storage, or a couple of those rooms just look like a basement, and they're maintenance type supplies and things in there. And then lastly, if you look at the overview, the pharmacy building is to the far right. And it is 2-story. The top and the bottom do not connect via any entry or stairway, so they're completely separate areas. So the top part is what we propose, the actual pharmacy. What I'm proposing that the sheriff's department be in and using as a detachment or a satellite office, something to that effect. And then the bottom part is accessible from the back, and it is a large conference center. Basically, it's a large meeting room with a small kitchen and a couple of small extra rooms that could be used for multi-purpose or storage or things like that. But it's set up with the whiteboards, it's set up with the projector. It's a beautiful space. So we're calling that the beautiful conference center. It is, it's really nice. It's probably one of the nicest areas of the whole property. And then there's a couple small there's one small outbuilding and one small shelter right there in the back, but that's it. So it's a really nice space. And like I said, the highlighted part there is what we need, and it will suit our needs perfectly. It's going to make for a great program and lots of extra space to boot. So we've talked to some community partners, some folks that may be interested in coming down there and sharing resources with us. Some may be full-time, some part-time, but either way, that's what our plan is. As far as the building being ready to go, it is ready to go. We need some internet and phone service turned back on down there. We're looking to get hold of the pass providers to see if they can still service or not. So once we get that turned on, we can move down there and be operating very quickly, very quickly. We've been packing up extra stuff for a little while.
And Teresa has been going down there several times, just looking at it, making sure she has everything laid out the way she wants.
We also found out, and you gave us the blessing the other day to go ahead with the quote that we had received from the folks that installed the original camera system. We're going to be able to reuse all that. All those cameras are reusable with the exception of a couple of older ones in the lobby area. And we will need a few extra because there are a couple blind hallways there that we won't have eyes on. Actually, on another copy, I basically marked out so that our staff are at four corners of because it is community correction. So it works out real well that we can kind of surround the area through that section of our building. So we got all exits covered. So the doors going into the other area, like I said, are security doors. You have to have card pass to get in through those. So anybody that would be on either end of the building would be completely protected and safe from community corrections. But I mean, it's open to the public. We have dozens of people every day coming in, so still be nice and safe and workable.
What is the plan for cleaning the building? And this is more for you and Ruth.
Well, on my wish list, I had asked that we be allowed to purchase a new low-speed burnisher. And of course, I'll need a couple of just regular lawnmowers and weed eaters. It's quite a bit of grass and property to maintain. So far, we hauled our own down there and took care of it a couple times last summer, but in this fall. But yeah, I will need a few supplies. I purchased some previously, just really small household supplies because we went down there and cleaned the place up. We had several trailers full of junk and trash to get out of there. So that's all been taken care of. Is there something specific that I'm missing, Miss Taylor?
No, I just wondered because I know our maintenance staff is small and I didn't know if you plan to use your participants to help maintain the building or if we have a plan, to get their help in conjunction with our maintenance team or because it is a good sized building.
We're talking about custodial work.
Exactly. We can do all custodial work. We do it now. So we can do all that. Like I said, we will need the mowers. We don't own any of those, but we can take care of the entire property that way. Actually, I didn't think about it, but we probably need a vacuum cleaner for the pharmacy area. It is carpeted in some of it, but the rest of it is completely tile, which is wonderful, nice and clean, can be sanitized. So yeah, I will need a few items. Like I said, the burnisher, that's expensive, but as far as anything else, mopping, sweeping, cleaning, dusting, everything that needs to be done, we can do in-house for the entire space.
Teresa,
Oh.
put together this.
Yeah, if it's within her spending authority, I think we ought to go ahead and authorize. I mean, go ahead and let Ruth get it. She's got contracts with people where we could get the materials at a discount and stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
So anything else?
Thank
Michelle?
you. Nope.
Great. Good. Okay.
Thank you all.
Notify us of the date that we're gonna be done.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Still have time for the first one. Your second one we're gonna have to do in executive session.
So the first one is New Haven PSD, we're doing the Diane Kincaid resign, and then like to replace her with Lacey's son.
Okay, let's see. So this is the recommendation from the board. Raising salary.
Was it a recommendation? It looked to me like it was just a letter telling us who applied.
Well, that was from the Lisa Queen.
She's the chair of the board, I think.
He,
I'd like to wait. I'd like to wait on that one for a minute on that item, if we could. I mean, it's a personnel matter, so I'd like to discuss it in executive session later.
let's do that.
All right, and then the number 6 is going to be in executive session, and so is number 7.
Or 5, right?
Oh, yeah, 5, 6, sorry. Thanks for catching it.
I was at 7.
Yeah, I was trying to find 7.
Well, see, I was counting Golly as a 5 instead of a 4, okay? All right.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So
We're at 9:15. Um. Elizabeth?
Yep, James is here, ready to present.
Okay.
Morning.
Morning.
James Swigert, President of WYK Association of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Architecture firm. So we interviewed a few weeks ago for the jail project, and I understand that have been selected or it's being considered, so I appreciate that. Just a few things I just want to point out is I'd like to discuss the scope of work that you would like for us to cover. I want to point out that the old jail was built approximately 1907. It appears that the Sky Bridge, as I call it, was maybe built in the 60s, and then the sheriff's department was built in the 1950s, maybe early 1960s. Elizabeth had asked me if I could maybe elaborate on what it would take if the building were either fixed up or torn down. I just want to point out when they built the 50s edition, the bricks portion, they fused the structure into the stone wall, so you can't just completely tear the stone structure down and the brick structure would remain. So they're intertwined. So that stone wall would have to stay if it were torn down. Obviously, there's a bridge that would have to be taken out first if the stone structure were torn down. And then the hole in the courthouse patched. And once the building would be torn down, the again, the stone wall would have to be braced, held up, and also a new wall constructed just for structural stability and water tightness and some type of aesthetical look, because you have a stone wall that has the interior, it's now going to be an exterior wall. So there's a little bit of complexities to it. It's not insurmountable, but there are some things that would need to definitely be considered if that were the case. The other thing is, if the building is if you want to rehab the building, but have to reuse, the floor to floor heights are very low, as you may know, 7'9" and 8 foot. So that doesn't leave enough room for utilities unless you can duck under ductwork. So I had just a few thoughts just for discussion, and we can throw that out. But one thought I had was, if you wanted to rehab the building, it's maybe rehab it for the sheriffs. Then maybe if you wanted to completely restore this building like its original structures, maybe rehab it, move the sheriff into the stone building, and then possibly tear down the brick structure, the 50 structure, because it would be easier to tear that portion down because it's not depending on anything like the stone building is to be supported. And the other thing maybe is to relocate the sheriff into another building or build another building, and maybe wanted to raise it all, create more parking. Just a few options here that we could discuss and look at. So I don't know what your overall thoughts are. I think the actual expression of
I think I think which is the most cost effective is going to be one piece of things for us. I mean, I saw that. I mean, there was some detail on the tearing down, and then those other additions. But for me, I think the most cost effective solution is going to be the motivator, unless there's grant funding out there I don't know about that's going to fix it, and we've been looking for years.
Well, I mean, we would have to evaluate it. One thing we mentioned in our interview was during a 3D scan of the building, which I would suggest, regardless if it's torn down or rehab, because that really documents the existing building, which is required by SHPO if you do tear down the historic building. It also is a good starting point as far as evaluating the building and collecting the information of the existing conditions. It also points out what's leaning, what's out of plumb. It really picks up things you can't see with the naked eye, and also just by hand measuring. So that's a good evaluation tool. really, that was my understanding, the RFQ was to do an evaluation of the building. That's what we, that on, that's what, was my understanding when we did the interview process.
You're out of Clarksburg, correct?
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of old buildings in Clarksburg.
There were a lot of old
A
buildings.
lot of old, beautiful neighborhoods too, but, have you had dealings with SHPO? And
Oh, yeah.
basically,
Yeah,
Your firm
I'm
has-
familiar with the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center, but that was a project that it was an old theater, sat empty for 20 years. We completely restored it and did additions to it. That got $6.5 million in historic and new market tax credits. So we worked very closely with SHPO as well as at the federal level with the U.S. Department of Interiors.
Their strength in that regard is one of the reasons that the community or the committee, excuse me, selected them to proceed. This was part of the project with that National Historic Preservation Fund grant where they've awarded us $7,500. But as we've gone down the path, we've realized there's a lot more to it. And obviously $7,500 is not going to take us very far in this kind of project. So we needed more information.
we've looked at that jail and it poses a large problem. When it was built, it wasn't built to standards, standard operating procedures here. The, access, we have, there's no back access to it. The ceilings are low. You're correct on that. We have maybe some structural problems with how the building is tied together inside. You have basically a jail running right through the center of it. Everything works on the outside of it. Doesn't leave a lot of opportunity. But we are not we do not just want to just go in and tear it down. We have to step through the proper procedures and we have to make a wise decision. That is also cost effective. However, we're not putting cost first. We want to put the greater good of the community first.
Sure.
So my main concern is that the building has gone down on the jail cells, and when you pull the jail cell out, the building in turn is gonna collapse.
Well, there's some, yes, I mean, I think there would. It takes some bracing of the walls to be able to remove the jail cells out, because I think originally it was just 4 stone walls standing and they kind of built. I mean, it's all integral, but I don't think the jails were to support the walls. I think it was just built in there, but now it appears that the jail cells are somewhat structural.
Yes.
Which they weren't originally designed to be. Walls could be braced, the interior could be removed. Now that, adds more money, more complexity, right?
Yeah.
Not saying it's impossible, but there are some things that would have to be studied and looked at. And really, again, you'd have to really go in and complete assessment. I know there have been structural assessments done recently on structure. That was the engineer we have on our team is the one that did the previous.
Carol Stevens.
Carol Stevens that did the work, so she's on our team. I've worked with Carol on numerous projects. Good working relationship with her.
Yeah, she did a complete rundown for us.
Yeah.
Did you make that available?
Yes,
Okay.
they have it, and I believe I re-provided those reports to all of you a couple of weeks ago, maybe.
Okay, well, first, thank you for coming in.
Sure.
You mentioned a few things that slipped my mind or I didn't think of at all. Specifically if we were to tear down the structure, we would have to re-strengthen the wall on the jails or the current sheriff building. And when we take down the catwalk, there's some work that needs to be done there. So what I would like to do is have the commission come up with some general questions. And then if you would give us a idea of what the cost would be.
Sure.
If you'd make that available to Elizabeth. And then we'll go from there. Really appreciate you coming.
Sure, and I would just, like I said, I'm just trying to define the scope of work you want us to do so we can provide you with an agreement.
Yeah, that's what, but like I said, what you come up with some ideas, it really made me think. So we'll go ahead and we'll come up with our list and get
Okay,
that to you.
I was shocked when I saw that the fifties building was actually relying on the stone wall of the old jail to support it, because that was just this pasta or short wall would have saved a lot of headaches now, right?
Yeah.
But, and it seems like it would have been more difficult to build it the way they did than if they had just built it on the wall.
That's the government for you.
All right, but anything else for us?
I don't think so. I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to getting your questions and moving forward with this project and the assessment of the building.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Forward to hearing about it. Thanks.
Okay, Region 4 update. John, no,
It's Leslie.
And they sent the B team today.
Oh. We
Y'all
don't,
do the short straw.
we don't think so. We don't.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Well, good morning and thank you all for the opportunity to come by and give a brief update on infrastructure and community development projects currently underway across the county. The projects that we're going to talk about today have secured full or partial funding and collectively represent more than $100 million in infrastructure across the county. Many of these projects have been made through partnerships with local communities, state and federal funding agencies, and the continued support of the county commission. I'm going to start off with the bank. One of the most significant recent developments is the Town of Anstead Chestnutburg Sewer Extension. This will take wastewater service from the town of Anstead along Chestnutburg Road and ultimately to the New River Gorge Visitor Center. It'll expand access to public sewer service, help protect the water quality, and support tourism and economic development activity associated with the New River Gorge National Park and Preserve. This is believed to be the largest U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Section 340 award in the state of West Virginia, coming in at $19,950,000. The total project cost, once we secure our non-federal state match, is $27,100,000. The town of Anstead also has a wastewater treatment plant upgrade project currently underway that will allow the town to better serve its residents, to support future growth and protect water quality. It is under design at a cost of $13,360,000. The town of Anstead also has an I&I improvements project to account for nearly 77% of the flow into their system right now. It is under design at a cost of $3.2 million. And feel free to stop me anytime I have any
Well, that's the 3.2 is for what?
inflow and infiltration, to correct inflow and infiltration into the system. The Dane East PSD has a project now in their Maplewood area, the Maplewood water system improvement to replace the aging water distribution lines in the area. The Maplewood portion is basically the heart of Dane East system. It's under construction, about 44% complete at a cost of about $8.2 million. In Golly Bridge, we have a couple of projects. Both of them are in the environmental review phase. One of them is the demolition of the former Golly Bridge High School. Another is park upgrades. Total cost of about $375,000. And again, these were funded through congressionally directed spending through HUD. The town of Meadow Bridge has a water system rehab project now to upgrade its aging water distribution lines. It is under design, about 15% complete at a cost of $1.25 million. Meadow Bridge also has a community building upgrade going on, expected to bid later this spring for $872,300. So I've seen lots
Yep.
of emails.
Lots of
I am
emails
pretty
going back and
excited
forth,
about
so
that one.
yes.
What was that last one?
Community building upgrade to the town's community building in Meadow Bridge.
Meadow Bridge?
Yeah.
We have been working with that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And Elizabeth, thank you with working with
You're welcome.
The Montgomery City Hall renovation is nearly complete. It's a total cost of about $1.1 million. The city of Montgomery also has a recreation center, which is a splash pad and recreation improvements at the site of the former pool. The ribbon cutting is tentatively scheduled for early summer, and the cost of this is about $750,000. So before I go on, I just want to say that a lot of these infrastructure projects are addressing long-standing needs in water and wastewater in order to get our communities ready for future growth. The city of Mount Hope has the Dunloop Creek Restoration Project. It will help alleviate flooding, we hope, and should be out to bid sometime in April for a total cost of just over $1 million. The city of Mount Hope also has an RV park and community improvements that are fully funded by congressionally directed spending through HUD. Both of these are under environmental review currently at just over $3 million. New Haven PSD has several projects, one of which is their contract 18 waterline extension, which has about 65 new customers, is about 83% complete. It's possibly going to be late July before water's actually flowing because of some equipment delays. The total cost on that is just over $5.1 million. New Haven PST's contract 19 waterline extension, about 75 new customers, about 55% complete. The contractor has encountered a lot of rock in the area, so it slowed him down a little bit, and its cost is about $8.5 million. New Haven PSD also has an Old Gwynn Road waterline extension project that currently is partially funded with approximately 16 new customers, just over $5.1 million. The city of Oak Hill is about 85% complete with improvements to the existing sanitary sewer system in the Minden area for a total cost of about $8.1 million. The city of Smithers, its integrated trail system, upgrades to the Gateway Center, expected to be complete this year for a total cost of $4.6 million. The city of Smithers also has a hazard mitigation grant program individual buyout that will potentially demolish 4 residential structures within the municipal limits that have experienced frequent flooding. This is a completely voluntary program, and the total cost is about $511,000. Smithers also has a site development for the Longacre area. It's a site readiness for developable land along US Route 60. That project has not yet started, but it is fully funded at $2.5 million. The Upper Kanawha Valley Strategic Initiative Council has the River Cities Trail, which will construct a trail between the Montgomery Marina and the Smithers Gateway Center for a total cost of $1.75 million. White Oak PSD's bypass removal project, which is removing a secondary biological treatment bypass. It's about 79% complete. Total cost $8.1 million. So those are all of our current projects. And then we have several developing projects for New Haven PSD, Hallway Road water extension for about 20 customers. New Haven PSD's Lucas Road waterline extension for about 33 customers. New Haven PSD's White Road or Richmond Chapel Road, which has about 62 customers. The City of Oak Hill's Industrial Park Sewer Rehab Project, and the City of Smithers Phase 3 Sewer Separation. So we have a wide variety of projects going on across the county, from water to wastewater to community development to recreation, that support both residents and visitors here. And I believe I have my colleague Cassandra Lawson on as well. She would like to talk about a bridge in the park.
Got her, Wilbur? Keep on.
Good morning.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
So, you are familiar with the trails being developed within the Fayette County Park, which is partially funded by the Fayette County Commission. That is the same project that includes some additional improvements out at Needles Eye and also has a significant amount of funding coming from the Appalachian Regional Commission. So within those trails at the park, there is the need for a pedestrian bridge for safety crossing the route there near Laurel Creek. And while there is ample funding within the budget to design the bridge, we lack the funding to actually construct the bridge. So CDS applications, congressionally directed spending applications, will be soon accepted by both Senators Justice and Capito. And we believe this bridge would be a good fit for the T-HUD program, which requires absolutely no match. It's estimated that the total construction of the project, with soft costs included, will be $600,000. And we would be happy to submit an application for that project on behalf of the commission if you are so interested.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, wait, my question is, how are we going to maintain, every time we inherit a bridge, I want to know who's going to maintain it, because that's always a consideration.
That is a good question, and I don't know that I have the answer.
The park staff should be able to take care of that, Brian?
Yeah, this bridge is it's not a vehicle bridge. It's a bridge to make a seamless flow from the park to the trail system. The vehicle entrance and the work entrance is down in the animal shelter region, kind of getting up in that way. So yeah, we could easily maintain this bridge. Just the way we got it set up, it's a drop in bridge that goes across the road to the spot. So it's something that we can, the price that we're gonna pay for this bridge, that's gonna cost, this thing's gonna be pretty, it's kind of similar to the ones that you see like in the park, you're all walking on the trails.
What's it constructed of?
Metal.
It's a metal bridge.
Yeah,
It's a drop in. You buy it.
Similar to what we did at Russellville and things like that. I mean, Pterodon, those guys are kind of working on it. It's all in the stages of whatever. And the point is, it's going to be dropped in there, built or what, constructed on site as needed, but low maintenance. But it's when we think of bridges, we're not undertaking a big monster vehicle bridge. This is a way to get bikes and pedestrians across that creek.
And who did the engineering?
Pterodon's working on it.
Pterodon?
Yeah, they're the original. They're the group that's working on it. Correct, Cassie?
Allison, I just sent it to you.
But is it going to have to be, thank you, is it going to have to be inspected or anything like that?
It would have to be, well, the construction of the bridge itself would be inspected by the engineers to make sure that it is constructed the way that they have it designed. But there also will be required for the project, I'm sure, a Department of Highways permit to make sure that the plans and specifications and all of that do align with DOH requirements.
Now, from what I understand, it's a pedestrian bridge. It's not a vehicle bridge, correct?
Yeah, it won't be for, it's not for cars.
So would the Department of Highway?
Falls under Department of Highway.
Okay, good deal, good deal, good deal. Thank you.
Periodically, yes.
Okay.
And Will Stewart has great relationship with doing bridges like this for the DOH projects. It's similar to the one he's kind of doing right now. It's the second half of bridges lead Fayetteville. He has that contract, so he's in touch with the right people to get these permits through, I believe, in a significant easy way.
Well, that looks fine.
So let's take a vote on having Region 4 do that project, find out or send the application. So I'll motion to approve that application done by Region 4.
Second.
Motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any questions for me?
No, I do not have
The total cost
Yeah.
of how many projects we've got going on?
The total cost is just over $100 million. One, 22 projects right now that are either funded or partially funded. Most of these are, about half are under construction, and about the other half are in the pre-construction phase.
Oh,
So I would like to make a comment. This is Leslie Taylor for the people of Fayette County. That you didn't introduce yourself. We brought you up, but you didn't introduce. But it's Leslie Taylor. She's from Region 4, and she works with John Tuttle, and they work together. And for the people of Fayette County, it looks like things move slowly, but this young man and young lady have gone out and worked for you over the year that I've been associated with this. I've spoken with her. We had a idea in mind. I appreciate your diligence. Elizabeth, whom I left here, she has also worked with, and we worked with community centers and things that we write grants and we help things out. I don't know how you've secured this money. I know we've helped with you, but the credit goes to you and our communities. The communities have to reach out. The communities have to tell us, what are your needs? And then you seem to find a way, and I don't know how you're doing it.
Well, I think, we do this with partnerships with our local communities, our state and federal funding agencies, and with you guys and our community members as well.
Well, and that's what I would like to just reiterate that, we're not going to sit here, the county commission sit here, I'm not personally, I'll take it from a personal thing and say, we take credit for all this. It is a joint effort. It is a community effort. It is a regional effort.
That's correct.
And we're so thankful for you.
We appreciate everything you do for the citizens of Fayette County.
We're going to see the results. And I know it's slow, and people want instant gratification. Everybody wants instant gratification. It doesn't work like that, does it, this time?
Unfortunately, it does not.
But trust the process, work the process, and good things will happen. And I think we've got good people in good places to do good things.
And another thing too, we have projects going on from Meadowbridge to Montgomery, Mount Hope across. I mean, it's nice to see the entire county being covered, and that hasn't happened. But we're making sure it's happening with this commission. So,
well, that was the words that Commissioner Burnham and Commissioner Taylor told me when I got here. We want to work on infrastructure. We have to work on infrastructure, and I'm so happy that we have Region 4.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, Miss Leslie Taylor. Okay, Angela. Wait there a second. Yes, Angela.
Right. So I'm gonna give you guys house is not good, but it wasn't on the office. There's just.
Thank you, Angela.
You're very welcome. These are the point systems for the 9 houses that were included. And then I'll give you the bid. Right. So here's, there are 4 bids. I guess you each get 2.
There's 4 bids.
There are 4, but one person didn't tell me who they were from, so I couldn't put it on there, who
Okay,
they were. Which isn't a requirement, so I just had to leave an empty line until we open it, since it was a sealed bid. So this is, depending on what the bids are, this should be the last, the home stretch of this REAP grant. There's 9 houses in there, so just depending on how much is left. Yeah.
okay, this is Ace Everything.
Can you tell me where they're out of? Because they didn't put it on their paper.
There are from Spencer.
Spencer. And I just need the bottle. I don't need an individual house.
Yeah, let me see if I can locate it here.
Okay.
Doctor's insurance. Okay, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 houses for a total of 186,405.
I didn't have all the information.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is, and I may not get the name right. Giannini?
Janini.
Janini?
Yeah.
Janini Construction. And for all labor material sum of $121,500.
Is that for all the houses?
Labor material sum of, yes, that's for everything.
Where are they located?
$121,500. They're located out of
Smithers.
Smithers.
Thank you.
Okay, that's their address there.
Okay, if I can find out who this one is. Oh, this is Reclaim. Out of Fairmont. And they're 110,500.
Okay. One more.
You're writing all these down, right? Okay.
Just in case you got them. Yeah.
Well, this is Empire Salvage. They're out of Bluefield. And for all labor, material, and sum of $54,400.
And is that for all 9?
That is all for all of them. What's in a total sum? Yes.
Okay.
54,400.
And did Allison get a copy of this?
Not that, because I'm only handing, but I can.
I'll send it to her real quick.
She wants to look at it. So we actually have a little less than 80,000 left in the grant. So with that, we have one house that is in our original phase that did not have the point system. They only had 4 points out of the 9. But it is in an area that we've not taken that house down. It is in Canal Falls, and the bid was 9,000. I would like to use some of the remaining week funds to that house.
Where's the house?
Canal Falls?
Canal Falls.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Well,
It's just the one that had some, looks like stone on the outside, but it's.
No, this was one, it was a
It's
gentleman
different.
that actually was, that's the way in that house. Yeah, I agree. But this is one area we haven't, I've tried to get something in the whole community, and this is one area we've not.
And then we also have one that we'll know for sure in April. Anthony, you want to elaborate on that one, or can you?
Which one?
Aiden
Vance.
Yeah.
Mr. Vance was served on March 2nd, so he has 30 days to file a response. Which would put us around April 2nd as far as getting a default judgment if he doesn't file a response. And with that default judgment, I'm gonna ask the judge to issue an order giving us authorization to go on the property and to destroy, dispose of the structure. Angela got me some updated pictures. If anything, it's gotten worse. I mean, there's no windows, the windows aren't intact.
it won't get better. If there's no upkeep to it, it will not
No.
get better.
Well, I mean, one owner lives in North Carolina, the
Yeah.
other owner lives in Pennsylvania, and neither of them seem to show any interest in it, so I don't.
Well, if somebody goes through there and misses the turn and hits one post, the whole house is going to come down.
Well, that would cover the demo, but not the disposal.
That's correct.
Now, I would like to thank Mr. Celebrity for doing your due diligence. This has not been a quick process. This has been a lengthy process, and
Well, Mr. Vance moved out of state and we had no idea where he was. And even after we found him, we've been trying to get him served since November. And it took us 4 or 5 months to get him served.
So this is one of the original eyesores at the bottom of 612 and Liberty Avenue. So hopefully it'll be coming down real soon.
Well, but like I said, I plan on the first day that I can submit into default, I'm going to ask the judge to give us the order.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Angela, at the end of this program that we've come to this year, and I do not know, Michelle, are you familiar? Did they allocate more funding for this program?
So,
They had about 10 million they were talking about.
yeah, so what they have done, I mean, it has to be signed by the governor, but they are working, the way they sign their budget bill is if they're on track at the rest of their budget, then yes, the 10 million will go back out for a grant. So it'll kind of be another year from now before we are able to apply. So.
Well, this has been a very worthwhile project. Now, we do appreciate the state of West Virginia that has helped and your work. And Angela, you've done great things for our county to take out some things that need to be taken out. Appreciate it.
Okay, so what do you need from us, Angela?
So what I need first is to do a motion pending all required documents for the low bidder of Empire Salvage, which is what you guys normally do, just making sure they have everything on their checklist. So that would be the first motion you guys would have to.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
And then I would need approval to proceed with did you send that to Allison, the points?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so that if you guys are okay with the 9, waiting on Anthony to get me the paperwork to get those property owners to sign so we can have their houses demoed.
And can I send her a picture of that other house, please?
Absolutely.
Allison, you got the point system, and then I'm getting ready to send you the other house now too.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I got the first one.
And the point system, no one's lower than a 7.
No, not in this one, but I always have you guys verify it.
Just put it up there with the bids. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, that's the one that's down in the valley that she would like to add.
Okay.
So that would be 10 projects, right?
It would be, this one was actually our original phase, but these property owners scored below a 6. They had actually emailed you guys prior several times requesting it, but we had told them wait till the end of the project, and we are kind of at the end of it. So, and when I looked at the map, this was an area I haven't covered yet as far as applications.
Ms. Taylor, do you have any, Commissioner Taylor, do you have any problems with the one in the valley?
No, I don't.
Okay, then go ahead and make a motion, Allison.
Okay, I move that we approve Angela's request to proceed with the list on the grid with the addition of the home in the valley.
Second.
Got a motion second on floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So that's probably gonna leave us about 20,000. With the one we have pending, I can get a bid, we can use free funds for that. But with that one, it would be up to the commission whether you guys want to put a lien to recoup that money. We can use Greek funds, so I will go ahead and get bids on that and try to find a couple more houses to make sure we spend all of our money.
Okay, thank you.
What is your date we have to spend it?
So the houses have to be down by the end of June, but I have to have contracts to the contractors by like May 1st. So because they have a bunch of environmental stuff to do, so I will quickly scramble to get some more bids in the paper to make sure we spend every last penny. Because we have, with that 520,000, I've got about 115 houses I've taken down.
You have done a wonderful job.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very well.
Okay, we're a little ahead of time. That's great. Next is our budget. It's okay to share our notes. Okay. We moved 3 deputies from general county, to general county from the law levy, which is good. 7 remaining to move by the end of the levy cycle. What had happened, there had been a bunch of deputies that were on the levy, and if the levy didn't pass, we would have to let the deputies go. So slowly we've been moving them over to our general county fund to make sure that we maintain the coverage that we currently have. So we have 7 more to go by the end of the levy cycle, which we should be able to do. The elected officials did receive a 5% increase through the legislature. Total extra cost is $29,249.72. The sheriff commission was increased. It is 20,000. The new minimum now is 20,000 with a maximum of 30,000. Capital request included a deputy car equipment, Cellbrite, and election equipment were things that we decided to go with. Total request for increases, not considering insurance, was around $464,609.72, which made our budget short by $500,042. So, like everybody else, the requests were more than what we have coming in. So to make it a flat budget, as we did last year, we'd still have to cut $83,304 to balance out. What we've been doing with our coal severance is that the animal shelter that we have taken over has done some great work. We've been able to save several animals, sending a huge amount to different shelters, to adoptions. They've had some great promotions. The most recent was was it called, Ruth?
A walkathon, I guess.
A walkathon that was
Yeah.
it was very successful, and we had a lot of folks coming out and walking dogs. So that was pretty neat. Camp SOAR, we will continue to fund Camp SOAR, and that's $40,000. And then our flood relief spending is still going to be at $50,000. So that covered our what we've been doing and how we're going to be changing things. One thing that our accountants do, Ruth and Gia, is that they put all the numbers together that we give them, and then they tell us, hey, this is what it's going to represent. And then we look at it and say, like, ouch, we got to do something. We can't do that much. Anybody that does anything with government budgets, man, it's a nightmare. Either you're very happy, or you're like, okay, we got to really tighten our belts. How are we going to get through this? So we did some things, and what we're going to do is we're going to end up with a flat budget like we did last year. Unfortunately, there's not going to be any increases in pay. It's just we're a challenge. There's a lot of things that's been going on, but it's not dim. There is still a light on. We're doing well. We're not making any cuts. We're not getting rid of anyone, but there's just not any increases in pay.
Well, and John, we've given increases the past 5 years. So, I mean, I'm happy that we were able to do that. And in particular, we've gotten the deputies' incomes up by, I think, over 20%. I mean, Ruth could tell you the number, but I hate that we can't give raises this year, but at the same time, I mean, not everybody gets raises every year, and we've given them for the last 5.
So at this time, I would like to motion for Ruth and Gia to go ahead and prepare the budget documents so that we can sign them next week so that they can get to the state in time.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
For next week, the only thing left budget-wise, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, is the levy for the fire. And Ruth, I would like to have that on the agenda for next week, to go from there. So that's our budget sort of in a wrap. And when we print it out, it's 286 pages, something like that. Ruth, is that it?
That's a lot.
Yeah, 200 and some pages that goes to the state. So it's pretty interesting. And at this time, I would like for us to go into executive session to discuss the New Haven PSD board member, the Golly River PSD board member, hazard mitigation leases, and opioid settlement documents.
Okay, so for Elizabeth's purposes, the first two were personnel and the second two were for legal advice.
Thank you. I've made a note.
Okay, welcome back to our commission meeting. We've just come out of executive session and no decisions were made. Turn it over to you, Commissioner Taylor.
Tell me what, I don't have the agenda in front of me. What was the, on the board members?
It was New Haven PSD.
Yeah, let me start with that. And if Mr. Steiner is still there, it had nothing to do with you, Mr. Steiner. We've just had so much drama on that board. I wanted to make sure, based on the letter that, that the chair of the board supported the appointment. And I had texted her earlier this morning and she got back to me. And of course they do. So I move that we appoint Mr. Steiner to the, New Haven PSD board.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
And Commissioner Taylor, can we stamp your name?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
And that's true for
Next
everything.
Next is the Golly River PSD.
Okay, on that matter, I just move that we have our attorney proceed as we discussed in executive session.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next is the hazard mitigation leases.
Okay, I move that we have our attorney, prosecuting attorney, incorporate a clause into the hazard mitigation leases to enable us to put some accountability on the lessees for maintaining the rules. So,
Second.
Have a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
aye. And then I move that we do not approve the lease requests that are before us due to that individual's refusal or trespass on another hazard mitigation property and refusal to leave.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next is the opioid settlement.
I move that we take our counsel, Senator Wolfle's advice and have the president of the commission sign those documents.
Second.
Got a motion second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.